Good Tuesday evening and welcome to Tuesday Night Flight, presented by the Sideline Junkies and Clear Production Sports. They call me the boss, BJ. That hour is the Midnight Rider. And then we got the show's host. I think I'm pointing the right way.
You're
The
not.
big the big guy, KG. Gentlemen, happy Tuesday. How are y'all?
This is Tuesday part deux.
Yeah, this is unplugged.
We gotta,
This is unplugged.
we gotta hit the
It was a Tuesday, and I came to talk about sports. No, I'm joking. I'm not
This
going
is
to.
this is the Tuesday night fight where you can undo the belt buckle and let it out a little bit. Whew, okay. Yeah. Whew. All right.
Well,
You know.
contrary to popular belief, the belt buckle was never dead in the first place. So cool.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh no. And where's your other background at where that lobby for the big guy KG Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
What happened?
Now he's a thug on the unplugged.
The lobby for the big guy KG Hall of Fame has to be luxurious because it's a 5-hour showing. And as the Midnight Rider pointed out, it's going to be 5.5 hours next year. And if everything goes right, we're going to have to double the size of it because you were talking about the chocolate covered figures. So they have to, I got to install refrigeration for that. Got to keep these things cold. Got to hope people don't lick them and try to eat them, So we got to figure all that out.
It's absolutely crazy. Y'all talk about my Hall of Fame. I ask questions about players. I don't say, oh, this player is a Hall of Famer. No, I got players that should be Hall of Famers. And then I got players that I'm like, okay, somebody else give me an opinion. It's name one player that I say should be in the Hall of Fame that's not Hall of Fame worthy.
Midnight Rider, please. Please.
No,
let me tell you the invoice I just got. I'm trying to figure out why the BJ Armstrong chocolate figure is double the price from everybody else. I don't understand.
I never said BJ Armstrong was a Hall of Famer.
I don't get it.
One of my favorite players, yes, but not a Hall of Famer.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm trying to figure this out because I gotta make moves.
What did we have a couple weeks ago? Then we had the Mario Manningham Love Fest.
Mario Manningham.
I didn't call him a Hall of Famer though. That's the thing.
It was a love fest.
Okay, this is the wrong name for the facility. The Hall of Very Good.
I say he was good for what he did with his times with the Giants because they won a Super Bowl and he was instrumental in helping win that Super Bowl. Remember the catch that he made on the sideline that set up the touchdown to Plexico Burrs. Instrumental. He had a really, really good season that season. Didn't say he was Hall of Fame. I didn't say he was a one-off. I didn't say nothing like that. Why y'all always putting words in my mouth, man?
So so do you want a figure or do you want the chocolate figure to show like that their defining moment play? Because that's going to cost more money, and I just don't have the checkbook for that.
Wouldn't we just do like the NFL has the bust, and we could just have the chocolate, the chocolate. I don't know what you want to call it.
And he's talking about he's not talking about just a chocolate bust. He's talking about a whole figure.
Oh, okay.
Uniform, shoes, everything. I think he said he wanted the shoes to be tieable, but it has to all be chocolate.
All right. So what year was that Manningham catches that pass on the sideline? The John Super Bowls of what? 2000.
That was 2007.
2007.
He wasn't there in 7, so it has to be 9 or 10. So 9, he had a good year. He had 822 yards and 5 touchdowns.
That was a Super Bowl year then.
2010, he had 944 and 9. 2011, he had 523 on 77 catches. Although those are targets. That's not even catches. Ooh. 42 targets for 449. And then his last year in San Francisco, he had 9 receptions for 85 yards. And that is the illustrious 6-year career of Mario Manningham. KG, your thoughts?
Hold on. Let me put this in perspective. That was 2011. No.
He had 39 receptions, 523 yards in 2011.
What year was that?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's okay. You just really like Mario Manningham.
But that's cool. I never had a problem with Mario Manningham. Him, Victor Cruz, and Plexico were pretty good. They were a pretty good trio. I didn't say any of them were Hall of Famers.
I think I made a comment about him being Malik Neighbors being one of the best Giants receivers since, or options at receivers since. And I started naming names, and you stopped me from naming names and said Mario Manningham. You got to include Mario Manningham. That's exactly how this conversation went.
That's because when you talk Giant, no. That when we said that, I said something like, erroneously I said Bert Emanuel, but I didn't mean Bert Emanuel. I meant Lionel Emanuel. Because whenever we talk Giant receivers, everybody always talk about, you got to put Odell in that conversation. And I keep telling people, before he went to LA, what has Odell done to make him this elite receiver that everybody says? One catch made his whole entire career, and a bunch of dancing. All that shit. That's what made his career. He had no catches to seal a division title. He had no catches in the playoffs that were outstanding. He had no catches in any Super Bowl.
Are we talking about Odell or Stephon Diggs?
And thou shall readeth off the stats of one Odell Beckham. In 2014, 91 receptions, 1,305 yards.
Was that his rookie year?
Huh?
Was that his rookie year?
Just if you don't mind,
I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. Go ahead, please. Continue.
2015, 96 receptions, 1,450 yards, 13 touchdowns. Now, if we just take those 2 years, he's already outgained Mario Manningham.
Okay, that's great.
2016, 101 receptions, 1,367 yards, 10 touchdowns. He has the 2017 season where he's injured. Comes back 2018 for 77,052 and 6 touchdowns. And then he goes to Cleveland.
Okay, stop right there with the Giants. Stop with the Giants. What was the last year with the Giants?
Yep.
What was the last year?
2018.
Okay, let's start back in 2015. The Giants, 6-10. The following year in 2016, the Giants, 11-5, lost in the wild card to the Packers, 38-13. Giants in 2017, 3-13. And his final year in 2018, the Giants, 5-11. One winning season out of 4. And you telling me, oh, well, he had these numbers. Yeah, I guess he would have these numbers if we got to play from behind all the time.
You just moved the goalposts.
Bro, this is the same dude. Okay, this is the same dude that his coach had to tell him on national TV, stop. When he caught the touchdown, I want to say it was against Jacksonville. He caught the touchdown. He jumped up on the bench. Y'all down 21-7, dog. You caught one touchdown. He went and caught another one. He starts dancing again. Y'all down 28-14. Bro, what are you doing?
So do you want his statue 80% cocoa or 70% cocoa? Odell. I'm not hating on Odell, but the dude's a talent. Don't get me wrong. He's a talent, but his career was made off of one catch. He does not have any big catches to seal games, to win games. He doesn't have that T.O. the catch too. He doesn't have a Dwight Clark catch. He doesn't have a Lynn Swann sideline acrobatic jump over 2 people to catch a pass and land inbounds catch. He does not have a memorable catch as a New York Giant outside of that one-handed catch against the Cowboys. That's it.
Okay,
and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesday Night Flight. This is Sideline Junkies reporting live for duty.
JoJo say KG, you can't say that he had that's why he has his stats. He could have caught 143 balls for 2,000 yards, and guess what? The Giants still would have had a losing record.
He don't play defense.
No, he doesn't. But you're the offense. And his beef with Josh Norman, oh my God, two bums going back and forth at it. And I think he got the better of that beef. Josh Norman. Don't get me started on Josh Norman. Waste of fucking money. Let's go, man. What we talking about?
I don't know. Yeah, let's take us in with something. But we got to get off Mario Manningham, though.
Man, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. Let's talk about the Suns getting swept. We talk about waste of money. You bring KD down to Phoenix. You bring in Bradley Beal. Y'all supposed to be the big three. And it's so overused and overhyped, you can't even get out the first round. You got a whole Ferrari and can't get out you can't even get out the garage.
They never went into the garage to see what car they had.
Hey KG, it might be a guest at the door. I saw a figure in the window.
You can keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
But no, I mean, I knew you guys were gonna revel in this moment the second the game was over. I was surprised we just didn't have an emergency show just so we can handle the Bradley Beal disappointment. The fact that KD is entering another one of his cycles where he's going to demand a trade. He's going to be unhappy with the team and rinse, recycle, and reverse the whole process. So, hey, it can happen to a better guy because Devin Booker is quickly becoming one of my least favorite NBA players.
Devin Booker, when that video came out of him playing pickup and was like, you guys can't double. You don't double an open gym. I was done after that. Dog, you talk about Mamba mentality. You can't use that word. You can't use that phrase loosely. Either you got it in you or you don't. And yeah, they made the finals a couple of years ago, but what have they done since then? Nothing. But him to say, Kobe's with me and Kobe this and I train with Kobe. Yeah, but obviously you wasn't learning because if they double team you in open gym, you better tell, hey, y'all only got 2 on me. You better send the other 3 because I'm still going to score. That's Mamba mentality. Crying because that right there, I was done with him then. Can't win with him. Can't do it.
Well, the Midnight Rider talked about KD. The big guy talked about Devin Booker. So I'll talk about Bradley Beal, baby. Hey, look. I told you. It's easy to play for a dumpster fire franchise and put up 20, 30 shots and average 28, 29, 30 points a game. That's easy. And I'll say it over and over again. Bradley Beal was more disappointed that he had to go to Phoenix and now had to play up to expectations to win a championship. He's not that guy. He never was that guy. He had his chance here in Washington. This team never, ever won anything. We talked about moments and wish you'll define a moment. Bradley Beal doesn't have that defining moment here. And good riddance. And he's about to be in the same situation in Phoenix because, like the Midnight Rider said, he's about to rinse and repeat and find him another team because there's no end in sight for the Phoenix Suns. I don't believe they have a pick to 2030. How are you going to rebuild this team? So you're not. Who's going? Maybe somebody joins the Lakers with LeBron James or the Clippers or however it's going to go. But that is done. That team can't take the court again. And Bradley Beal's about to be Washington number 2 in Phoenix, where that's going to be his team. And he's going to score 30 points, shooting 30, 40 shots. And people are going to think he's an all-star.
JoJo say he wanted to go to Phoenix.
He made it seem like he wanted. He didn't want to leave Washington. He was comfortable being mediocre here. He was comfortable with everybody thinking that he was putting up 100% effort. If you watch these Phoenix games, you see the Bradley Beal that was the real deal that was in Washington. The only way he made his name here is because there was nobody else on his team. And I'll point to something I told these guys, and I think I said it on the last show. You can't be a dog if another dog come in the room and you hunch down, your ears go down. When Russ came here, this became Russ's team. You can never be the guy if somebody can come in here and take your team over. You just can't. It's just not possible. I think that showed you everything you need to see about Brad. Brad, to me, finds the right team. He's not a starter. I don't think he's a starter. I think he's a bench guy. I think he just got glorified here on a really bad team and a really bad franchise that allowed somebody with a mediocre work ethic to take over their franchise. And I think that's why they're so happy to get rid of him.
And you said something about Bill not having that defining moment in DC. He did. When Bobby Portis blocked his shot, he celebrated with Bobby Portis for blocking his shot. That was his defining moment.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of defining moments in the desert, trust me, because he's going to be running that shit by himself.
JoJo said, we trading. Where do you want to go? Speaking of Ferraris.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of Ferraris, Doc Rivers got into a brand. Give me a good Ferrari, Dario, that's brand new. What's a good Ferrari?
The FH Tributo.
The FH what?
Tributo.
Doc Rivers had an FH Tributo, and he took it out on the street. He took it out, and he started going through it. And he drove it a couple of miles and stripped the gears. Now the transmission don't work. The Milwaukee Bucks are on the verge of being eliminated after being the number one team in the East. Now they're on the verge of being eliminated, and nobody can take blame for this other than Doc Rivers. This team was 30-8, I believe the Midnight Rider said, when they fired their coach, Adrian Griffin, which I was like, why would you do that? Now, here we are going into game 5. I believe it starts at 9:30 tonight. No Giannis, no Dame. So all you have is Chris Middleton and Thanasis.
Don't you got Bobby Portis?
Okay, you got Bobby Portis, but what you gonna get from Bobby Portis?
I was just saying. I mean, he on the team. I mean,
he might give you 9 points. This is going to be his night. 27, 18 rebounds, 3 assists, and 8 blocks. This is going to be his night. He's going to will them to victory.
And JoJo said about Bradley Beal, he's just not that guy. He's not a point. None of them are. That was a huge issue. Yeah, they didn't have a point guard. They had no distributor. Now, what's the problem in Milwaukee? Why is it that Milwaukee didn't respond to the great Doc Rivers, who's a part of that group that I always talk about that's living off of that championship almost 20 years ago? They're still living off of it.
Well, I'm going to say this before the Midnight Rider chime in. He's going to get a pass this year because Dame and Giannis are hurt. He's going to get a pass this year, but if everything goes right next year, we're going to get to see the full Doc Rivers meltdown from start to finish. We'll get to see it. We'll get to see them come out in the regular season and run it, and everybody be healthy, and we'll just see that plane just slowly take a nosedive until it plummets into a open field. The Doc Rivers special.
No, we're talking about Doc, and I'm looking at the Sixers, and I think the Sixers are in a spot now too, where they're about to run into a place where they're a couple years where they haven't gotten out of the first or the second round. So, that could get real interesting for them. The other thing I worry about going back to Doc Rivers, I don't think he's coaching next year. I don't think you bring him back. I think you have to let him go and start all over again and try to find another coach. Hopefully this person will like Giannis. They'll bring orange slices for Tiana's, and they can get things going, man.
The Nassus.
Whatever. I keep telling you.
He's asses.
Here's the thing. Doc Rivers' first year coaching was in Orlando, 99-2000. He finished 500. Right? He got fired out of Orlando in 03-04 for going 1-10. Now, Doc Rivers has a couple of blemishes on his coaching record. One blemish that he has is he's the reason that Tim Duncan didn't sign to Orlando because he didn't allow families on the plane. So Tim Duncan was like, nope, I'll stay in San Antonio. You go to Boston, 3 years in Boston, you missed the playoffs 2 out of those 3 years, eliminating the first round the first year. You get Walter Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. You go 66-16. You win a championship in 08. 09, you lose in the conference semifinals. 10, you lose in the finals. Then you lose in the conference semifinals again, conference finals. Then you lose in the first round. And that's it. Then you go to LA to the Clippers, conference semifinals, first round, all exits. And then you're no playoffs. Then first round, conference semifinals. Then you go to Philly, conference semifinals. Doc Rivers can't get you to the championship anymore. He had that one glorious season where they ran the table, and then after that, he's done practically nothing. You took over a team in Milwaukee that was first and was outrunning the competition. I still don't know why Adrian Griffin was fired, other than internal pressure. But all you had to do was get in the seat of the Ferrari, get in the cruising lane, don't strip the gears, and go. That's it. But instead, you wanted to get over in the fast lane. You wanted a double clutch and granny shift. Now we got pieces of gear laying back in the roadway. It's smoking. The tires are bald because you keep doing burnouts. What are we doing here?
85-79 New York Knicks over Philly right now. 4 minutes left. I don't know, man. I think what we gotta get to next is just the Wizards themselves. I know you guys don't want to talk about too much, but to me, I felt like they came away with some options this year that if they grow and they can develop some of these kids, this could take only like 2 or 3 years, not 4 or whatever. I don't think they can take 4. I think this has to happen sooner than later for the Wizards to get back on track, to be some kind of a product that you can watch. I mean, you got Denny Avdia, who had a good year, kind of solidified himself as a decent option for a team. Bilal Coulibaly, the young fundamentals, as I call him, he showed promise. And then what's the kid they brought over from overseas at the end of the season? He showed some promise as well. So they could have some options and be a better team than we think next year. I'm not saying they're contending for a playoff spot, but they may be in that conversation.
But does those plans include Jordan Poole, or do you try to move on from Jordan Poole and try to get some more pieces?
I don't know. I mean, it really is going to depend on his market, because I think that's the key factor is if you can get something good for him, I think you have to move him or Kyle, and then let the younger guys start trying to take over. They signed some kid to they had a guard from Baylor that played well down the stretch, and like some of these guys aren't going to be starters, but they're going to be pieces, rotation guys. And I think that's what they're starting to build out is some of these rotation guys that when you go to your bench, you don't have this huge drop off.
They've been building backup roster guys for a couple of years now.
Well, I mean, some of the problem has been poor development. I mean, you got Corey Kispert, who played probably his best year, and he looked better. Denny looked better. Like I think they got better coaching this year. And hopefully they can get some, that can continue. And whatever this plan that they have for these kids, or these guys, like it becomes part of their nature and part of their culture that they're trying to build.
It's funny you say that about coaching because they still have an interim coach in Brian Keith. If you had to choose who to bring into this building to resurrect this franchise and bring them back to the former glory of 50 years ago, who would it be?
No, I think I should just stay with Keith and like let him catch a couple more L's and wait until this team is ready to take the leap before I go get something expensive. I think you just keep going with guys that understand your product and understand what you're trying to build.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's no point in running to go get some big money, big name coach, and that roster's not ready to take that leap. You stick with what you got now. You continue to build. Hopefully, you land something in this draft where it can propel the franchise up a little bit. Then you make a move if you need to.
Exactly.
Okay. And you guys said something. Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Poole. I say Jordan Poole by a long shot.
I say whoever brings back the best draft capital.
Kyle Kuzma actually wants to be here. He plays like he wants to be here.
Okay.
It's just Jordan Poole his basketball IQ is lacking. For lack of a better term. His basketball IQ is about this big.
Yeah, I mean it. Like the Midnight Rider said, and I say it all the time, it's about business. And, Kuz looks like he wants to be here and he enjoys it here and plays a little bit harder than Poole. But when that phone rings, whoever is giving me the better package, like it's not like none of these, whether it's Kuzma or Poole, we're not breaking down the door on,
right,
a top 4 seed in the East next year. So it doesn't matter who leaves. Is Poole the more of the mouth for 10 out of 2? Absolutely. Did he disappoint a lot of people this year? Absolutely. Because I thought he was going to have a breakout season, and I was completely wrong also. But whatever. And the crazy thing is, if the phone rings for both of them, if you can get, if you can package them and send them, you have to do what you have to do when you're bottom of the barrel. That's point blank.
Yeah, this is the year. This year or next year is the year you're trying to. Basically, if you're doing the OKC thing, you're trying to find your SGA. You're trying to find that kid that's a diamond in the rough, and if you get him in your building, he doesn't become an MVP candidate, but maybe this kid becomes a guy that averages 20 a night and becomes a star for you, where he was somewhere else and he can unlock that potential.
Muted.
And I agree. Keith. Coach. But we likely stuck with Poole. We asked Kyle. He says he wanted to stay here and not go to Dallas Mavs. So,
agreed.
All right. Well, fellas, we was here for a good time, not a long time. You guys wanted to run up on me and ask me about Hall of Fames and stuff, and that took half the daggone show. But final thoughts before we get out of here.
I just think that you love Mario Manningham, and we're gonna do as a show. We're gonna try to find you a Mario Manningham jersey. I'll find a San Francisco one because that way it won't affect you because you're a Commanders fan. You won't be wearing a rival's jersey.
I wouldn't even wear that.
Okay. I don't think he played any. Maybe we can find you a Michigan one.
I damn sure wouldn't wear that.
You're not gonna wear a Michigan one?
No. That's like asking me to wear Michigan State or USC.
I got you.
Rivals, dude.
Minicamp NFL. I'm looking forward to it. That's all.
JoJo said, "Dang, what about the Lakers? The Lakers L."
Hey,
JoJo, you bringing up old stuff.
it's in the past, huh?
Yeah, it's in the past, man. Yesterday was yesterday. Ray Lewis said yesterday was too far away. So,
No.
But what about today?
No. Tomorrow's too far away. Let's talk about right now. You gonna give it all to me right now? Right now?
And the Lakers said no. we don't have it for right now either. So, you all right, big guy?
Yeah.
Are they bringing the chocolate shipments? Is that who's at the door?
No.
30 pounds of chocolate.
Gotta shape it. Gotta mold it. So, as far as the Lakers, even Magic Johnson said something. He said that the Lakers had a chance to do something, but they didn't retool after winning the championship. They let a lot of guys go that shouldn't have went. In my opinion, you shouldn't have let JaVale McGee walk. You shouldn't have let KCP walk, Rondo. These were guys. These were core guys. You shouldn't have let these guys walk. And then you let them walk, and you didn't replace them with anybody. Just a thought. And then also, I've been hearing things that the Lakers had a chance to get Kyrie. And he wanted to be there. LeBron wanted him there, but management was like, no.
Oh, I'm not touching this. No comment.
But I think it, steady hand and point guard and Kyrie. That's another score.
What are you giving up to get Kyrie? Because he was
the earth is flat.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I don't know what the trade package was. This is back before he got traded to the Mavs. So this is around that time. And then also it was
that's when we had the infamous 2027 first round pick that we were just dangling out there for anybody to take if you wanted it.
But I'm just saying. All
right,
final thoughts before we get out of here, fellas.
Mute monster.
I know. I said that was the final thoughts.
Yeah. All right. So for the boss BJ, the Midnight Rider, I'm the big guy KG. We don't do no overtime, y'all. We are out of here.